Hello! In this video, we will manage real-time presence in our application. With Firebase, it is pretty easy to do. Let's find out how we can handle this. Let's go to Google and let's just type Firebase real-time presence. Then we can go to the first link, build presence in Cloud Firestore, and here we already have a solution using presence in real-time database. So we need to just copy this snippet of code and then use it in our application. So let's first copy is offline and online for database variables, and let's navigate to profile context. This is the place where we will handle everything, because here we can get access to authentication object with real-time subscription. Alright, so let's put these variables here at the top and let's replace var with const. Now let's take a look what do we need to do next. So we need to get database ref to info connected. So this is like a general way in database path that we can access and we can get real-time presence of currently signed in user. So let's just copy it, or maybe let's copy all of that like this, and let's paste it here inside if authentication object. Then we will perform our real-time presence management. So here we need to get reference to info connected. Instead of Firebase database, let's use database that we got inside MISC Firebase. So then we get reference to info connected on value. Let's convert it to an arrow function. Then we receive snapshot. If snapshot.value is false, let's put triple equality, then user status database ref. So let's take a look. This is that variable that we can copy, and this is the place where we will store our status inside our real-time database. So what we need to do, because it is going to be a real-time subscription, we need to also unsubscribe from it in the future. So let's put it here inside useEffect as a new variable. We're gonna name it user status database ref. Let's remove database and let's just put user status ref. Then we will assign user status ref to database ref status and UID. Let's put it here at the top, just like that. And instead of UID, let's use auth UID. And let's replace it with the string interpolation. So we will get auth object dot UID like this. Then, because it is a subscription, when we are logged off, let's check if we have user status ref. If we have it, then we're gonna unsubscribe from it. And the same we will do for our cleanup function over here. User status ref off. Okay, perfect. Now let's manage this part. So let's remove all of the comments. Let's remove all of that, and here we're gonna put user status ref on disconnect is offline for database, then function. Let's convert it to an arrow function, then let's replace it with user status ref set is online for database. So this is basically it. Now let's take a look. We have Firebase is not defined. Let's take a look. Firebase database. Alright, let's import Firebase from Firebase app, so we can get access to server value timestamp. Let's save it and let's take a look. Now if we are inside, we get permission denied. That's interesting. That's probably something with security rules. So let's take a look where we write our data. Exactly. So we write our data to /status auth UID. So let's again write security rules for this path inside database. So we have status. So let's copy this path. We will do it like this. So here we will have user ID, and then we will be able to write to this place only if we have auth ID equals to user ID. So let's just copy this logic and paste it over here like this. Now let's save it and let's take a look if it actually worked. If I refresh my app, I can see now I have no warnings. So let's copy these rules and let's synchronize them with our local data like this. Now let's navigate back to data and let's check it out. Here inside our database we have new path, which is status. Then I have my user ID, and then I have last change and state online. Now let's take a look. If I sign out from the application, I have stayed online. So this is because when we sign out, we didn't put any logic for our database. So only when we log in, let me continue with Google and let me select my account. Okay, I'm signed in. You can see that last change has been changed. You saw that flick shot, right? So what is happening that it actually works when we sign in, but not when we sign out. And the thing is, because we set our security rules in that way, we can write and read only when we have auth UID. So when we log out from our application, when we sign out, this auth object will be set to null. So this will be fired, and if we put our logic over here, when we sign out, in this way, we will get permission denied. Because at the time when we will try to write to the database, auth object will be set to null. The solution here is just to go to dashboard. Let's go to dashboard toggle. Here we need to put this logic. So right before we sign out, we will write to database. So we still have access to our security rules. So we can still have access to the auth object, and only then we are going to sign out our user. So what logic should we put here? Exactly the same as we put here inside user status ref set is offline for database. So what I propose to do, from here we're gonna export const is offline for database, then we're gonna copy this logic, then right before we sign out from our application, we're gonna paste this logic, then we're gonna import is offline for database, then we're gonna put database dot ref, then we're gonna put status, then slash, then let's change quotes and pick our current user ID, then we're gonna put set, and then we're gonna set is offline for database. Something like this. Only then, because it is a promise, so let's put then over here. Only then we will sign out our user, we're gonna alert our user, and we're gonna close our application. And in case of any error, we also gonna notify our user with the error, and we're gonna say error.message. Alright, now let's actually take a look. So let me refresh the app just in case. Let's take a look inside database. So now we have status online, and if I go to sign out, I'm signed out, and now I have stayed offline. So pretty cool, right? Now if I sign in again, I'm signed in and status has been changed. And now if I close my application, if I close my tab, I can see state is offline. So it actually worked, and this is it. So this is how it can be handled with Firebase. It was pretty easy, right? The only thing here I want to do is I want to actually unsubscribe also from reference.info.connect when we are signed off. So let's put off when we are signed out, and also we're gonna put the same for cleanup function just in case. So in this way we handle all real-time subscriptions and everything works fine. Well, that's it for this video. So let's commit our changes. I'm gonna add everything to the state, and then I will commit everything with message. I'll say add real-time presence listener for a user. Perfect. In the next video, we are going to display our real-time presence for users inside chat window. See you there.